welcome back. Jay Leno, Bob Saget, Jim Carrey, all a part of the two-part documentary, The Zen Diaries of Garry Shandling, about the late comedian who passed away way too young at the age of 66. It talks about this young Jewish child who moves to Tucson, Arizona with his parents because his brother Barry is suffering from cystic fibrosis. And sadly, his brother eventually succumbs to that dreaded disease. And then it just talks about him, a very smart young man, went to the University of Tucson, could have been a physicist, but he said, no thanks, I'll take numbers and crunch them in a different way by writing jokes. And he did. And he became one of Hollywood's up-and-coming young writers, writing for such shows at the age, now remember, he's in his mid-20s. Sanford and Son with Red Fox, John Travolta, Gabe Kaplan, Welcome Back, Kotter. But then, through a lot of nervous energy, he finally persevered and took his place on stage as a stand-up comic. A lot of ups and downs, more downs than ups early, but appearance after appearance, places like the Comedy Store, the television show Make Me Laugh, he finally got the opportunity to step into the spotlight on The Tonight Show, and he hit it out of the park. And he just continued to do that. He was a working comedian, and he ended up doing so many things in his life. Now, I haven't seen the second half of this Zen Diaries of Garry Shandling yet, the magic of Comcast On Demand. I will do so, but I know pretty much the rest of the story. The story is that he really was a comedian of all time, meaning he could relate to just about any member of the audience, whoever they were, because he experienced so much in life. And in one part of the documentary, he talked about driving 2 hours from his home in Tucson to give some jokes that he had written for George Carlin. Mr. Carlin very nicely said, come back tomorrow. He did. 2 hours back home, 2 hours back to the club where Mr. Carlin was appearing. He found all of his material out of the envelope. And Mr. Carlin says, you're green, but there's something funny on every page. And if you were ever thinking about pursuing this as a career, meaning comedy, you should do it. And he did. And he continued to get big laughs for many years after that. You know, the sad thing is he's no longer with us, and we're not going to have a chance to plug into the type of humor that I think could have lasted many, many more years. Why? Because he talked about things that we could all relate to in life. And I guess the message and the legacy of Garry Shandling that I would like to kind of give you my thoughts, it's about no matter how tough it is, no matter what you're going through, if you take a few minutes to find something that'll make you laugh and smile, it's a great way to continue that healing process, as every once in a while, life will make us feel a few lumps. It can get tough, but with the comedic talent of Garry Shandling, it made it very easy for us to continue. And I think that's what he would all want us to do. Please check it out. I think you'll find him incredibly talented and funny. And if you haven't seen some of his routines in a long time, it'll do you a whole lot of good to laugh again with Garry Shandling. Zen Diaries of Garry Shandling, Comcast On Demand, HBO. Have a great day, everybody, and good afternoon from your Pratte Pack.